Out there who was sounding the alarms on Bryce Harper just doesn't know what they're talking about, Ricky.
100% agree with you.
Anybody who said that they were worried about Bryce Harper doesn't know what they're talking about. And obviously I'm being facetious here because last week I was sounding the alarms that I was worried about that wrist. I said I was a 10 out of 10 concerned. And listen, let me first explain myself here, okay? The reason why I was concerned was not because I don't think Bryce Harper is a great baseball player. It was for that reason that I was concerned, because you need Bryce Harper. I said it over and over again last week. You need Bryce Harper to slug for this team to do anything in the postseason. And when you looked at his numbers, Ricky Bo, up until yesterday, you have to go back 7 weeks. We go all the way back to May 22nd. You're talking close to 50 days. He had 2 extra base hits. He didn't have any extra base hits since coming back from the IL on June 30th. So I was worried. But every time I worry about the showman tells me to shut up, and he has 4 extra base hits yesterday and looked the best I've seen him look dating all the way back to last year.
That's good news. I mean, I was under the impression that the wrist was going to be sore. It's not going to change. I still don't think it's necessarily changing. But what I did see is a guy that had his timing down. And by the way, hitting the ball the opposite way was absolutely beautiful yesterday. That was one of those things that stood out to me, that he let the ball get deep. He barreled everything that he hit. He showed power to left center field. And you were 100% wrong. That's what I figured.
I'm hoping I was 100% wrong for worrying about the man. But let's do an exercise here, because the reason that I was worried was when he comes off the IL on June 30th and he was asked about that wrist. He did not sound that confident. But then he spoke after yesterday's performance, and I loved what I heard. So I'm going to remind you what he said on June 30th. Just listen to the difference here. So June 30th, he's coming off the IL. Why are you coming off the IL today, Bryce? Listen to this.
Bryce, ultimately, what went into your decision, and why was it time for you to come back?
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to take any other steps forward of feeling better or anything like that. I thought we were kind of at a standstill of it feeling the same the last couple of days, and from BP to live and things like that kind of gave us the same results each day. I thought today was a good one. I'm just not sure yet. We're gonna like I said, it's kind of been at a standstill the last couple of days of feeling good, so hopefully it stays there.
Okay, so that was Bryce Harper way back on June 30th, right? Didn't necessarily instill confidence in you. He didn't sound like he was confident about how it was going to feel.
And I always thought that there was a secondary meaning to what he was talking about. If you don't go deeper into it, you're not going to get the meaning exactly what he was talking about. I think you took it that he's like, well, it is what it is, and we're just going to play. And that's that. I think I took it as we're at a place where I could go swing the bat. We're going to go play baseball.
I did not get that at all.
You see what I mean? There are two. If you're listening and thinking one thing, it's gonna send you in that direction. Bryce Harper seems to be fine. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all back on June 30th, because he also said in there, it was a longer clip, that he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to play every day. Was he going to have to take off days? Like there was a lot of uncertainty. But then, all right, now to what you're saying, Ricky, he comes out yesterday. He has the most extra base hits in his career, 4 of them. Goes yard once, hits 3 doubles, 2 doubles in the same damn inning. And then he was asked after the game how he's feeling. Now, this is a little bit of a long clip, but this got me excited, because listen to the confidence in this man's voice.
I'm really good. I mean, I really am. I don't want to, put that out there and everybody go, what's he talking about? But I know when I'm going well, and I'm one of the best in baseball. And, like I said, I'm healthy, I'm strong, I feel great. It's just putting myself into plus counts. I haven't done that. I mean, you guys have seen that, and I haven't done that. So I feel stronger than ever. I feel like today I think that was being able to kind of go oppo and do those things. Anywhere else, I might have 3 homers, right? So it's like, those are the things you think about. I hate talking about individual and all that kind of stuff, but you guys know that. But today, we kind of just, if I get into good counts and don't swing it crap away or in or anything else, then, I'll be right where I need to be.
Hell yeah.
One of the best in baseball. I'm strong. I'm good. That made me excited, because that sounds like a man who who's feeling pretty damn good about himself to say, when I'm going, I know I'm one of the best in baseball.
As well, he knows. He's no dummy. Look, I will tell you this much. I've heard a million pressers from him, a million interviews from him. You never hear him want to talk about himself. And yesterday, I mean, you're talking about a guy that has not had a extra base hit in a long time. I mean, when you really think about it, it's been a long, long time. And he ends up with 4 in one day, which ties a Phillies record. He had a shot to break it. And, I mean, this is a guy that is no joke when he is healthy and when he's on. He is by far one of the top 5 guys in Major League Baseball who could turn it up a notch when you need him to.
Yeah, it was a great thing to see.
And he did. He did yesterday.
And he says in that clip, too, any other park, he could have had 3 home runs. And he really could have.
Citizens Bank Park, he automatically has 3.
Those 3 are probably all gone. I'm just hopeful. Look, I'm not hating on Bryce. I just hope that this is a sign of things to come for him. And you know what I don't necessarily love, though, Ricky? There's only 3 more games before the All-Star break.
And then
he's got to sit down.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, man, is this guy going to start feeling it now? His timing's there. He's going the opposite way. He's able to see the ball. You know, it was interesting, too. He talks in that clip about getting into good counts. I was reading an article this morning, I think it was from Matt Gelb on The Athletic, that coming into this game, he was swinging at over 52% of first pitches. It was by far the highest.
Sounds like Casty.
Yeah, it was by far the highest of his career. And then you saw him yesterday. He was ahead in every single count where he had his 4 extra base hits.
Imagine that.
He took first pitch balls every single time and got ahead in counts.
It's almost as he goes, the team goes, if you haven't noticed. And I just understand that, well, if Harper gets going, maybe he fires some guys up. When he's not going, look what happens to the team. Look what happens to them with runners in scoring position. I think he's a trigger point on this team more than he's going to get his numbers. He always does. He's going to end up. By the way, his numbers aren't that much different than last year at this point. Well, he may have a couple more home runs, but that's about it.
Yeah, at this point last year, sometimes it takes him a little while.
He goes on a tear normally around June and July, or July and August.
I hope it continues, but we want to open up the question to everybody today. Is Bryce Harper back? Are you feeling good? Because I was sounding the alarms last week. I'm not going to say that I'm fully there, but hearing Bryce Harper after the game last night talking about when he's good, he's one of the best in baseball, watching him get 4 extra base hits, getting ahead in counts. His timing's right. He's seeing pitches very well right now. He's balanced. He looked extremely, extremely good yesterday. I am feeling a lot better. I'm curious, though, where fans are. I'm curious if fans have now come around and said, yes, I am no longer worried about Bryce. And I'm sure there's going to be some out there who are going to call in and say, we were never worried, Bill. You were crazy.
I find it very interesting that you are all in all of a sudden.
I just said I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not all
Bryce Harper, yes, you are.
You're not wrong. I loved what I loved about Bryce. It wasn't just seeing him get the 4 extra base hits.
Yeah.
It was that clip that I just played for you and hearing in his voice how confident he sounds.
See, that voice sounded relieved. That was a relieved Bryce Harper that, it's back. I'm hitting the baseball where I want it. I understand it's all the left center field, and I don't care. I don't care if he hits it the left center, down the left field line, right, whatever. I think this will give you some confidence. There's no doubt about that. But how long will it last? That's the question that's going to stand in front of him now. Was that just a one-day thing? Because you know what's going to happen, right? These pitchers are going to now be throwing in on his hands all the time.
Yeah, because they saw how good he can go the other way.
4 times in a game, yeah, that's kind of throwing up a red flag to the Padres coming up. No doubt about it.
And, Booney, who's producing for us on the NBC side, said that first double in the 8th would have been gone, according to StatCast, at Citizens Bank Park.
Citizens Bank Park is a toy box compared to that place.
But so it's interesting, though, when you're talking about how pitchers are going to approach him now because he was going the other way. I heard Mikey Miss on Middays today saying he was still a little bit concerned that Bryce wasn't pulling the ball.
Okay, let me tell you something. Mikey Miss is out of his mind. Who cares?
What's up, everybody? It's Bill Colarulo from Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we post a ton of content. It's not just what you hear on air. We're posting content all day long. We do some things before the show, after the show, even stuff during the show. So subscribe, like, do whatever you got to do. We got all this content coming to you every single day.